Certifications indicate that a professional possesses a particular set of skills, knowledge, or abilities in the opinion of the certifying organization. Unlike licensing, which applies only to the people and is required by law, certification can also apply to products and is generally voluntary. IT related certifications may or may not include a requirement to adhere to a code of ethics, whether such a requirement is standard with licensing. Numerous companies and professional organizations offer certifications, and opinions are divided on their value. Many employers view them as a benchmark that indicates mastery of a defined set of basic knowledge. On the other hand, because certification is no substitute for experience and doesn't guarantee that a person will perform well on the job, some hiring management are rather cynical about the value of certification. In the United States, a government license is a government issued permission to engage in an activity or to operate a business. It is generally administered at the level of the state and often requires that the recipient pass the test of some sort. Some professionals must be licensed, including certified public accountants or CPA, lawyers, doctors, different types of medical and daycare providers, and some engineers. Australia, Great Britain, and Canadian provinces of Ontario and British Columbia have adopted licensing for software engineers. In the United States, the National Council of Examiners for Engineering and Surveying has developed a professional exam for electrical engineers and computer engineers. However, there are many reasons why there are few international or national licensing programs for IT workers in the United States. The reasons are as follows. Negligence has been defined as not doing something that a reasonable person would do or doing something that a reasonable person would not do. Duty of care refers to the obligation to protect people against any unreasonable harm or risk. For example, people have a duty to keep their pets from attacking others and to operate their cars safely. Similarly, businesses must keep dangerous pollutants out of the air and water, make safe products, and maintain safe operating conditions for employees. The court decides whether parties owe a duty of care by applying a reasonable person standard to evaluate how an objective, careful, and conscientious person would have acted in the same circumstances. Likewise, defendants who have particular expertise or competence are measured against a reasonable professional standard. For example, in a medical malpractice suit based on an improper treatment of a broken bone, the standard of measure would be higher if the defendant were an orthopedic surgeon rather than a general practitioner. In the IT arena, consider a hypothetical negligence case in which an employee inadvertently destroyed millions of customers' records in an Oracle database. The standard of measure would be higher if the defendant would be a licensed Oracle certified database administrator with 10 years of experience rather than an unlicensed system analyst with no DBA experience or specific knowledge of the Oracle software. Professionals who breach the duty of care are liable for injuries that their negligence causes. This liability is commonly referred to as a professional malpractice. Software piracy in a corporate setting can sometimes be directly traceable to IT professionals. They might allow it to happen, or they might actively engage in it. Corporate IT usage policies and management should encourage users to report instances of piracy and to challenge its practice. For example, the software piracy rate in China exceeds 80%. So it is clear that business managers and IT professionals in that country do not take a strong stand against this practice. Some employees use their computers to surf popular websites that have nothing to do with their jobs, participate in chat rooms, viewing porn sites, and play computer games. These activities eats away workers' productivity and waste time. Furthermore, activities such as viewing explicit materials and sending hate emails could lead to lawsuits and allegations that a company allow a work environment conducive to racial or sexual harassment. Every organization store vast amount of information that can be classified as either private or confidential. Private data describes individual employees. For example, their salary information, attendance data, health records, and performance ratings. Private data also includes information about customers, like credit card information, telephone number, home address, and so on. So, confidential information describes a company and its operations, including sales and promotion plans, staffing projections, manufacturing processes, product formulas, tactical and strategic plans, as well as research and development. The growing use of IT has increased the potential for new ethical issues and problems. Thus, many organizations have recognized the need to develop policies that protect against abuses. Although no policies can stop wrongdoers, it can set forth a general rights and responsibilities of all the IT users, establish boundaries in acceptable and unacceptable behavior, and enable management to punish violators. Adherence to a policy can improve services to users, increase productivity, and reduce the cost. Companies can take several of the following actions when creating an IT usage policy. This is an example of a manager checklist for IT policy making. Compliance means to be in accordance with established policies, guidelines, specifications, or legislations. Demonstrating compliance with multiple government and industry regulations, many with similar but sometimes conflicting requirements, can be a major challenge. As a result, many organizations have implemented specialized software to track and record compliance actions, hired management consultants to provide advice and training, and even create a new position, the Chief Compliance Officer, to deal with this issue. The Audit Committee of a Board of Directors provides assistance to the board in fulfilling its responsibilities with respect to the oversight of the following areas of activity. Lastly, in addition to the Audit Committee, most organizations also have an internal audit department whose primary responsibilities are as follows.